This is Technology Exporter, and we are
at TV News.
Hi everyone, I'm Christmas Eve.
And I'm Snowda, and this is Cat TV News. Natural Sciences has really been getting into the festive mood recently with their annual Wreath sale.
We interviewed Miss Toft and her students about their wreath making process. Let's see what they had to say.
What are you making? What materials do you use?
Right now, the materials we're using to make the grave blankets and the wreaths, we're using fern, red cedar, pine, and I feel like spruce. That's also the one we're using. That's all the materials we're using right now.
And how much time does it make one?
It depends on what we're making. Like, we have a 14-inch and 18-inch wreath. Each one, the bigger they are, the longer they take to actually make it. Like the grave blanket, one of the biggest ones, one of the biggest, I guess, mini project we have. So it takes a bit to actually make it.
How much do they cost?
Okay, so the 18-inch wreath is 30 and the 14-inch is 20, but they're only for sale for the teachers. So, no students, sorry.
And where does the money go?
Okay, so the money goes to our FFA chapter. I'm the vice president, so running this fundraiser does help us a lot with raising money so we can do more fun things with our FFA chapter and learn to grow. And it's also a bonding experience, so just know your money's going somewhere.
So selling oyster ornaments for $5, any students can buy those. So if you want to come and support natural sciences and environmental sciences with our KMA Tech FFA chapter, please buy our ornaments. We spend a lot of time making them.
You heard it, buy the oysters.
Can you tell me what you were doing right now?
I'm attaching bundles of greenery to a wire wreath thing, and I'm attaching them with little zip ties so we can make a 14-inch wreath. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple of days.
Awesome sauce.
Happy holidays from Natural Sciences!
Dr. McGreevy has put together a Christmas show with her Spanish 3 to 4 students. Now to that.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, y por toda la casa, not a creature was stirring. Caramba, ¿qué pasa?"
Los niños were tucked away in their camas, some in long underwear, some in pijamas.
While hanging with medias, with mucho cuidado, in hopes that Osana would feel obligado to bring all the children, both buenos y malos, a nice batch of dulces y otros regalos.
Out of the yard there arose such a grito that I jumped to my pies like a frightened cabrito. I ran to the window and looked out afuera, and who in the world did you think it era?
Saint Nick in a sleigh and a big red sombrero came dashing along like a crazy bombero.
And pulling a sled instead of venados were 8 little burros approaching volados.
I watched as they came, and this quaint little hombre was shouting and whistling and calling by nombre.
Ay Pancho, ay Pepe, ay Coco, ay Berto, ay Champo, ay Chato, Macuco, ay Nieto.
Then standing erect with his hands on his pecho, he flew to the top of our Valion techo. With his round little belly like a bowl of jalea, he struggled to squeeze down our old chimenea.
Then huffing and puffing, at last in their sala,
with suits smeared all over his real suit de gala. He filled all the medias with lovely regalos, for none of the niños had been very malos.
Chacored aloud, seeming muy contento, then turned like a flash and was gone como viento.
And I heard him exclaim, and this is for Dad, Merry Christmas to all y Feliz Navidad.
Cascabeles. Quite frankly, Cascabeles. He's goddamn word.
Los niños were tucked away in the...
Take two. Wait.
I got this. Alas in Orsala, with suits smeared all over his shit. Real suit de gala. Wait.
That was beautiful Spanish. I'm really glad our school's getting in the holly jolly mood. I hope we keep this kind of spirit for the pep rally coming up Friday.
Wait, we're not done. This week we asked Cape Tech students to shout out someone for the holidays.
Today I'm shouting out Mr. Adam and his entire class. I love you guys.
Hi, I'm Miss Craig, and I would like to shout out our school's therapy dog, Miss Bella. Bella, who would you like to shout out? All right. That's great.
I'd like to shout out Victor from Arcane.
To shout out Casey Schwerp, Tony Henrich, Mark Mulder, and Axel McCoy.
Wait, what?
Doing Christmas shout out.
Oh, I would like to shout out Gator Cardi.
I would like to shout out my my family members down in Virginia and all my friends.
Merry Christmas from the welding shop to everyone here.
Merry Christmas to all the natural sciences people and just all my friends. I want to shout out them. They're really important to me. And yeah.
Merry Christmas to my older brother because he's always driving me around.
Merry Christmas to my man, Christopher Cuevas. He just WMans.
I'm gonna shout out my amazing girlfriend Ray and my fellow surfer dog Daniel. Scott Art.
I'm gonna shout out my amazing surfer dog Evan and Miss Dugan. We love you.
Christmas to all my friends, the people responsible for making natural sciences happen, and Kendrick Lamar.
I'm gonna shout out to my English teacher, Miss Pleasant. She's awesome.
Shout out Mr. V. Your name is so hard to pronounce, I even can't pronounce it. Also, Merry Christmas!
I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of my physics students. I hope that you don't have to do any scientific notation over break. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to like all my friends, my barn, especially Angela and Owen. They're real ones. And then all of natural sciences, and then my horse trainer. You're really cool, Abby. Thank you.
I am just going to give my holiday shout out to all the wonderful students who I have been able to teach for this last year. All right, you guys all come into the classroom with different perspectives on the world, and I truly appreciate what you guys bring. And as I always say, everybody brings joy to this classroom. Some of you when you walk in, some of you when you walk out.
A shout out for Miss Tack. We miss you, Miss Tack.
Shout out to my friend Aiden Redzetta and Julian Osborne. He's my Pookie.
We give a shout out to Hannah Lee Morales. We hope you have a great Christmas, Hannah.
We love you.
Shout out Nicholas Beeman and my girlfriend Ariana Haran.
Merry Christmas to my family and my cat Arson. I love her so much.
My Christmas shout out is gonna go to AJ and all my friends as well as my family.
To God, family, friends, and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I just want to say shout out to Santa Claus. You know, he's my goat. He be giving me Christmas presents every year. And shout out Jalen Hurts. You know, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, for carrying my team for real.
Shout out to the Bucket Squad. Love y'all.
Merry Christmas to all the people at Cape May County Tech, including the students and the staff. Have a wonderful holiday.
I will give my Christmas shout out to Chloe Macklin. Merry Christmas.
I got two shout outs. One for Kamaya and one for Noah. Merry Christmas. Ho ho ho.
Happy holidays.
I just want to say Merry Christmas to all the teachers, and shout out to all the dogs in the crib.
Happy holidays from Natural Sciences.
Hello, good morning.
and Merry Christmas. These are your little cookies from the kitchen. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from the cafeteria ladies.
I'd like to shout out my fish and my dog.
I'd like to shout out like all my friends, specifically Alex, my teachers, specifically Mr. Adams, and my family and my pets.
I would like to give a holiday shout out to my mom, Mr. Mack, Mr. Jones, and my pets.
I want to shout out Jiz McGuire.
I want to shout out Eric and Louie.
I want to give a shout out to my mom, my cat, my girlfriend, my family, everyone, and my friends. Merry Christmas.
I would like to shout out Jaden, sure, and Mason and Aiden.
Hi, my name is Patrolman Justin Vitola. Just like to wish everyone here at Cape May Tech a happy and safe holiday. Hope everyone has an awesome break and comes back safe.
I shout out all of my friends I met in law.
I shout out my family and all my friends.
Shout out my boy Chris, he's a day one since law, and shout out to my boy Wild Willie.
I'm going to shout out Coda and Eve behind the camera. Yup, that's my shawties. I'm going to shout out Ava's cat Sushi, my best friend. Yup.
I want to give a shout out to my point guard, Chance Ginyard.
I'm going to shout out Mr. Jones, my favorite teacher.
Okay, go.
I'm going to shout out to my boyfriend T. He's awesome.
I'm going to shout out Jesus. I'm going to shout out Miss Pleasance too. I love Miss Pleasance.
I'm going to shout out to all my friends, to my old French teacher, Madame, also known as Miss Bushra.
Yes, Levo. Shout out to Nikki Vinny. I'd like to shout out Epic Games for bringing back Fortnite OG. I'd like to shout out Master Mercado from Nolan's Academy.
We're here from Cape Tech Guidance, wishing you the happiest holidays.
And a Happy New Year!
Well, that's all for this week. I'm Snowda.
And I'm Christmas Eve, and we'll see you next time on
Cat TV News.